of course, you're watching the Basement and Remodeling Basics. We have Blue Sky Remodeling that's giving you all this information. Let's talk real quickly about when to get architects involved in permitting, and then, of course, on another show we can dive into that deeper.
Okay, yeah, thanks. I'd say the biggest question that you asked there is, should you get an architect or not? I think really lends itself to, most homeowners don't know, does it take an architect to design a basement? It does not take an architect. There's no reason the building department requires an architect or professional stamp. So covering that basis, now architects are very talented at floor plans, space layout, utilization, how to actually use hallways and foyers, how to use that compression and release of ceiling elements and designs to make the space really organic to the house but feel special. So we take the family's input as well. It doesn't need to be an architect, but it has to be someone who's very skilled at basement layout, very skilled at, and I say basement layout because you have to work around some things that are there that architects don't work when they design a house. We have beams and columns, we have ductwork and air conditioning lines, we have windows that are already in a certain place that we have to design the space around what's there, what we call existing conditions. And so as long as a person designing the basement is fairly skilled at it, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I do all of our basement designs, and now I have someone working with me. I do call on interior designers now and again to kind of help me get over a hump if we have a family that wants some real attention to material palettes and colors. But I've been doing it for 15 years, so I have a lot of experience doing it. I don't have an architectural degree. I do have a technical degree in engineering, but I don't think that helps me much. So it kind of answers that question. Julie, after seeing a bunch of these and building them with me, could sit down to designs too. And she's actually done some design elements and modifications, talking with owners who were just inquiring about what they could do with the space. So once you're used to it, you've seen a lot, we've built hundreds and hundreds, you get a good feel for what is going to work well for that family based on what they've asked for and knowing all of the code regulations and just the general architectural kind of rules out there. We do it in-house. I mentioned very early in the program about design-build methodology. So our designs and our budgets run completely in parallel with one another. One just can't exist without the other. And it always comes down to being kind of boring sometimes. If they've got just so much budget available to the project, then sometimes that will drive the amount of design elements that we can put into the space, the amount of detail, and the amount of expensive materials. We break it all out. It's very, very itemized. It's very we expose them to the learning curve of everything, as well as expose them to all of the vendors, material suppliers that we utilize. So the design itself, yes, an architect could do it, and I do actually work with a couple architects that have designed some spaces. Sometimes architects will bring me in and say, I'd like you to build this basement that I've designed. But I would say 99% we design in-house for ourselves, for our clients. It saves them some money because it's just part of our overhead of working on the basement, where they don't actually have to spend another $1,000 to $2,000 perhaps on an architectural drawing, which doesn't do much more than what we've already done in-house.
That's great information. I think there is a lot of confusion on that, so it's great to know it can be a one-stop shop type of thing, so you're not bringing in a bunch of people. Yes, it takes a village on some things, obviously, and you know when to bring in people, but you can also do it very easily.
Yeah, we can do it easily just because we have a lot of experience doing it. There's a lot of companies out there that have been around for a long, long time, but if you haven't designed a whole bunch of basements or been around the architects for as long as we have, you probably could be doing your clients a disservice by trying to design something, making it too simplistic, or designing something that just won't work in the city's or the code's eye. Once the city inspector comes out, he's got the final jurisdiction on whether you did it right or not.